Awesome. So let's do it. On today's webinar, we're gonna take you all down to Brazil, and we're very excited with this webinar. It's called Globo and ServiceNow Impact: A Journey from Dating to a Seamless Partnership. So with this, I'm gonna start first with a sizzle video, and then we're gonna take it from there. That was a cool video, wasn't it? So before we jump into the actual content of the presentation, some Saber Harbor notice statement. So this presentation contains forward-looking statements based on our current information and beliefs. Forward-looking statements are based on assumptions and the information and data we have today. This involves risks and uncertainties. So please, we want to make sure that it's aligned, that we do not guarantee future results based on this information. Now, it's important to mention that today's session is a part of a live on ServiceNow series of events connecting you guys with ServiceNow experts, customers, and peers is to achieve value faster. So we hope to see you again on other webinars. Please scan this QR code I'm showing right now so you can see schedules for upcoming webinars. Also, we're going to have the link posted in the chat for future references. And some housekeeping rules. So throughout the presentation, please use the Q&A button in the at the low part of the Zoom session. We have allocated some Q&A time at the end. So we're gonna be checking all the questions during the presentation at the end. Also, this presentation will be recorded and shared on the ServiceNow community. And lastly, after the event, you're going to receive a short survey. We really appreciate your feedback. And now with this, I'm going to pass it over to Matt for some poll questions. Matt.
All right. Thank you so much, Douglas. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Hong. I am Outbound Product Manager on ServiceNow Impact. And before we get started with learning a little bit more about Impact and hearing Globo's story, I'd love to ask all of those of you on this call on how do you track value you're receiving from ServiceNow? There should be a poll question that just popped up on your Zoom tab that should ask you, are you tracking the value you're receiving from ServiceNow, 1, through formal metrics, dashboards? 2, is it just based on gut feeling? 3, is it manually generated reports that are out there? Or the last answer here, which is we don't have good tracking mechanisms in place. All right, looks like we're seeing some of the answers come in. Seems like most folks are on formal metrics and dashboards, which is a great sign. We have one person who has selected gut feeling, one that says we don't have good tracking mechanisms in place. So it looks like most of you have some sort of formal metrics and dashboards available, but there are still a handful of you that are going based on tracking good gut feeling or don't have tracking mechanisms in place for that. Great. All right, I'll give it just a few more seconds in case folks want to continue answering the poll before we move on. All right, great. But I'll end the poll right here. We can look at the results here. It looks like I said, majority of folks use formal metrics and dashboards with a handful in gut feeling, as well as we don't have good tracking mechanisms in place. Well, thank you so much for responding. And it's my pleasure as a result to introduce you to ServiceNow Impact today. So Impact, this is a customer success product powered by both AI and human expertise. And we've designed it to help you maximize the power of the AI platform for business transformation. It provides you with the support and expertise you need to get to value fast. So not only does Impact contain a digital experience, but there's also human-led experts that will help you navigate and deliver value. Based on your plan as an Impact customer, you can lean into the support and expertise from a team of ServiceNow experts, who we call the Impact Squad. There's the customer success manager. This is the main point of contact who will help you curate and coordinate the right contact, best practices, recommendations based on your goals, ServiceNow products. You also have the platform architect. These are ServiceNow experts who have years of proven experience to help with technical strategy, governance, solution design, architecture. Then there's the success architect. These are tested digital transformation leaders who advise on strategy, value management, program management. And last but not least, support account managers who help provide support and performance services like case escalations, performance reports, and more. So now let's shift gears towards the digital experience and see how Impact helps customers adopt AI faster. And I'll do that through giving a quick product tour. So we're going to conduct this demo that you're going to see through the eyes of a fictional company called Cabrillo Corp. Cabrillo Corp's CIO, Larry, is eager to integrate Gen AI into their businesses. While he's aware of the many emerging Gen AI features, he's uncertain about where exactly to begin. So he's going to ask his platform owner, Emily, to plan and execute on their Gen AI roadmap. She's going to navigate into Impact to get started, and let's see how. So Impact is a workspace that's built on the Now platform that contains the tools and dashboards to accelerate Cabrillo's ServiceNow journey. From the homepage, Emily can initiate a conversation with that squad, that Impact squad, group of ServiceNow experts who will help her receive maximum value from her ServiceNow investment. But first, Emily wants to check the top-line goals she hopes to achieve with ServiceNow. Based on the products that she owns, Impact will automatically suggest common business objectives like increasing employee productivity. Impact will also create outcomes and success metrics that are directly tied to these objectives and help track them using live usage data. This will be Emily's North Star as she continues along her ServiceNow journey. Right in Impact, Emily can also get a glimpse into those metrics that require her immediate attention. When she selects on an outcome, she can track the performance over time, and also down below, see which ServiceNow capabilities are directly influencing this outcome, including ones that she doesn't have. Here she notices that Now Assist for ITSM is a capability that could help her improve this specific metric, but she's currently not using it. So she's going to click in to learn more, which takes her to the capabilities map. So the capabilities map is going to show the ServiceNow products and capabilities that our company has purchased. Just give this a quick refresh. jump right in. There we go. So it's going to show the ServiceNow products and capabilities that her company has purchased. And at the top, she can see a comprehensive overview of the adoption status for all the capabilities that her organization owns. Her Impact Squad can also recommend capabilities for her to examine that will improve the objectives she cares about. As we scroll down here, she can see a list of all the ServiceNow capabilities that her company is entitled to, broken up by workflow as well as by product. She scrolls down a little bit more. She can see here that Now Assist for ITSM is recommended by her squad. But looking for direction on what to prioritize and how to move forward, Emily navigates to the prod adoption roadmap. Her Impact Squad can help create these roadmaps to align with the outcomes that she cares about. Here, she receives a clear step-by-step roadmap for the sequence of implementation, including the adoption status of each one of these capabilities. This guided path empowers Emily to move forward confidently, knowing that this plan is tailored to her organization's unique needs and objectives to enable GenAI for their company. So now that she has a plan in place, she can direct her team to get to work on implementing the foundational capabilities here in phase 1, as well as in phase 2. But before pushing any changes to production, it's important for her to check on her platform health. She uses proactive code check to track any potential technical debt before it gets shipped to production. Everything looks good here, so she's ready to deploy all of her latest updates. So she's finished on phase 1 and phase 2, and now she's ready to implement Now Assist. So she heads back to Impact. At the top of this page, she notices a few recommended next steps for her. First, her squad has recommended for her to use Instance Observer. This is a real-time platform health observability tool that she gains access to as an Impact customer. Well, she wants to work on this a little bit later, so she's going to convert it into a work item in strategic portfolio management. On the next recommendation, Emily's Impact Squad recommends exploring AI accelerators. Now, these are fixed scope engagements that are delivered by ServiceNow experts to help Cabrillo Corp adopt AI. Emily clicks in to learn more about the specific AI accelerators available, and she wants to start with the AI readiness assessment. Now, it looks great, so she can schedule time with her squad directly in this workspace. In this accelerator, Emily's going to meet with her Impact Squad, who will see if her organization or if her instance is ready to take on all of the capabilities of AI. Once she completes this accelerator, she will have the inspiration and know-how to start using GenAI with competence. So that was a quick overview of ServiceNow Impact. And to quickly recap what we just saw, first, Impact helps you deploy and adopt new capabilities like AI agents faster, and at the same time define your vision for ServiceNow and track the return on your investment. Next, you'll get help from ServiceNow experts and partners and increase the expertise of your own team while making sure everyone is using leading practices. Then Impact will help make sure your platform performs at its peak and give your team more time to innovate and support the growth of your organization. And finally, Impact will help you keep things running smoothly with 24/7 technical support so you can minimize downtime and maximize productivity. And with that, thank you all so much for the time. I'll pass it over to the stars of the show. Eduardo, over to you.
Thank you, Matt. So let's go. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, I'm glad to be here to present to you our ServiceNow Impact case. This presentation was made at the Knowledge event in Vegas this year and was a success. So to start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Eduardo Brilhante, and I am the platform manager at Globo in Brazil. And I hope you like the content. And I know the title of presentation is very good. but the case is even better. Let's go, Douglas.
Rafa, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, Rafa, please, Rafa. Oh, sorry.
Okay, everyone. Okay, I'm Rafael Mota. I'm a platform coordinator, and I'm so glad to be here. Also, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And my name is Douglas Araya. I'm a senior manager here at ServiceNow, and I have the pleasure and honor to work with our customer Globo, which I think we can dive into the content. But first, Eduardo, we're gonna have a video, right? Okay, let's see what Globo is and does for
Yes,
everyone that is not
yes.
aware.
I think they don't know now. Do you know who you are and what we do? So we would like to show you a very short video to introduce our company, and I promise it's a very short video, about 3 minutes, right, Douglas?
It is correct. Let's run it.
Have you heard of
Globo.
Global? Well, in case you haven't, let me introduce myself. Or better yet, ourselves. What you need to know, above all, is that we are Brazilians. From every corner and variety of backgrounds. We are the largest media group in Latin America, and one of the largest in the world. And so we've been for almost a century. We are thousands of people, over many screens and platforms, connected to millions of people every day through free-to-air broadcast and over 26 channels on pay TV. We are the largest content website in the country. And we're also the largest Brazilian streaming platform. We bring the power of content and technology together. We support visionary entrepreneurs who tackle some of the most promising and impactful opportunities in the Brazilian economy. We invest heavily in talent, intellectual property, and content production. And we also invest in technologies that inform, entertain, and improve the lives of Brazilians everywhere. We are over 25,000 hours of new content within all of our ecosystems last year alone. Those can be watched, heard, and streamed wherever, whenever, and in whichever way our audiences choose. We are the largest studio complex in Latin America. We are storytellers of all kinds, sizes, and genres. We are sports broadcasters and enthusiasts. And we are movie producers. We are agents for innovation and value creation. We are part of people's lives, bringing entertainment, information, and culture every single day. We are in constant evolution, in constant innovation, and always looking for ways to transform, reinvent, and better ourselves. We are firm believers that education is key, that we can make a difference daily, and that we have a duty and an important part to play in the future of our country and our planet. We are Globo.
Nice.
Wow, this video is always giving me the chills. This is very, very nice. Eduardo, let's take us to the agenda.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now that you know what we do, we're talking about the background, talking a little more about our platform evolution and challenges we had. After that, we were talking about the strategy we use, and the results, and to conclude what's next with some lessons learned and some reflections about all the process. So here, it's important, Douglas, to say that we were the first ServiceNow customer in Brazil. So it's amazing. And basically, until 2020, we had three separate companies working with three different instances. And during this period, the focus was basically on ITSM and technology. In 2020, we unified them and called Global Service. Between 2022 and 2023, please, I guess, we did an assessment with ServiceNow to identify improvements and innovation and focus mainly on user experience and add new products. In 2024, we hired Impact here in Globo and began our journey. This is what we see basically in the next slides. And to conclude for 2025, our focus in back to standard program and AI and user experience. To start talking about challenges, I would like to use the previous slide as a reference, where I said that we spent almost 10 years working with ITSM. So that's right. But the point here is that we spent 10 years customizing the platform according to what the users want and not according what the platform suggests. So obviously, we start talking about challenges regarding the high level of customization in the environment, which lead us to many other challenges here. And together with Impact, we started the Back to Standard program to bring the platform back to its original standards. In the following slides, Rafa will show you a little more about that. But regarding value for the business, obviously the name speaks for itself, and of course we need to consider costs. But above all, we must show the value that the platform and its services add to the company. And here to conclude, talking about memorable experience. Now we want to transform each interaction into a memorable experience where the user is the center of everything. So summarizing, what does all this process mean? That Impact has boosted our operational efficiency, platform health, and provided strategic insights for innovation through new products. But the question here is how we did that. So it's you, my friend.
Okay, guys, thank you so much, Edu. Thank you, Douglas. Hi, everyone. So before we explain about our journey, I would like to remember this day, special day. This picture show all the process. Here we have Impact team with Global team working together, talking the same language. And Douglas, can you talk about this special day a little bit?
Absolutely, Rafa. And yes, we talk the same language. I think that's the main thing here. And we're not talking about Portuguese. We're talking about alignment. We're talking about alignment on the ServiceNow drivers. We're talking about alignment on the business objectives of the ServiceNow platform with our customer. And based on these two alignment, we start a discovery phase, creating a great synergy. I think that this picture speaks for itself, but it was a tremendous alignment that we did. And based on that, we had a very good platform evolution results. So let's take a look on how we did this alignment, how everything was aligned at the beginning. So we had these positive results. Rafa, back to you so we can review the discovery phase.
Okay. The title is suggestive, from dating to a seamless partnership with strategy and goals. So, but we will start talking about the strategy we used in this process, okay? Basically, our journey was built by aligning three key dimensions. The first one was the discovery, as you can see. And on this stage, we needed to understand where we stood in comparison to the market. It's so important for us. And to be able to do that, we adopted the SRA methodology. Douglas showed you about that. And this process helps us to deeply understand the company's current context, detect our key needs and challenges, and map the essential process. The next step, one more, Douglas, please. The next step was analyzing ServiceNow business drivers and adjusting them to our own business objects. So ServiceNow business drivers like product innovation, improve business velocity, establish technical enablers, prioritize key drivers, define success criteria, and our own business objects, global objects, increase employee productivity and experience, reduce impact of security incidents, define strategy and goals, AI journey, and back to standard. And then with these three pillars clearly defined, we can our evolution journey establish under these 8 topics: foundation, ITSM maturity, operational, platform innovation, cybersecurity, risk compliance, user experience, and to be omni-channel. Next one, please. Douglas. Okay. So guys, as I said before, our first step was understand how we were positioned in relation to the marketing. And I said about SRA methodology. Douglas, can you explain better in more details about this methodology? Was very important for us achieve our results and strategic vision.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's important to highlight the importance of the success readiness assessment, or also called SRA, because it helped us specifically with Globo to initially position ourselves in relation to the market, in relation to where we should be as a company with Globo. Our first step was to really understand our current standing, and based on that, the impact team helped to conduct it.
Douglas is freezing, so I'm keep going here. So
that provides insight
okay.
in terms of where we are, and also it focuses in 2 dimensions. The first one is the business value, and also we have the platform health. On the business value dimension, what we do is that we assess and we measure the maturity of the organization, the effectiveness of it, and the business management practices to maximize the value of what the customer, in this case Globo, already has. Essentially, it helps us to understand how well the platform is being leveraged to drive true business outcomes. And then we assess also the platform health, the technical piece. On the platform health dimension, what we do is to assess whether our technical management and resources are sufficient and successfully implemented operationally and in the ServiceNow platform. With these two dimensions, the business value and the platform health, it gives us a clear picture into where we stand today, areas of improvement, business and technical perspective. This is a very interesting and very effective tool to really understand where we are and where we want to be. This diagnostic tool is not only a tool to give us some results, but tells us where we need to action things to where we want to be. So this is a very powerful tool. And Rafa, can you tell us a little bit about the results of this SRA exercise that we did with Globo?
Yes, absolutely. So the results showed how we were performing in front of global average, okay? As you can see in the chart, global March 2024 and global August 2024 after SRA applied with us. And also highlighted the key areas that needed some improvements and should be considered priorities. But can you see, after 6 months, only 6 months of implementing our action plan, together impact team, we could see significant and measurable improvements in key areas linked to our initial pain points, which Eduardo said before. So high level customization, memorable experience, and value for business. Some actions we prioritize in the first time, and others we stay for further. Okay. So everyone, here we have some results, big numbers collected during the first analysis after the implementation of the process. These results was very important, mainly to improve our time to market and platform health, okay? We had 36% reduction in our MTTR metrics, impacting directly in the ongoing team, reducing a lot the time to solve incidents. And what does this mean? Less time to solve issues, more time to think about platform improvements and trainings and stuff to improve our platform health and experience. And then we had 57% reduction in storage, directly impacting in avoiding costs. And also 1,000 health scan findings with a direct impact of the platform health and user experience. These outcomes directly address the initial pain points, as I said before, and I will repeat. I'm sorry, my redundant, but high level of customization, value for business, and improve the user experience. Okay, and we have a little bit more big numbers and about people. It's an important pillar in our team, our area. So here we have 1,054 training, 154 training certifications either completed or in process, 7 technical accelerators completed, and 18 platform adoptions. Our focus here is improvement the qualification of the technical team. So just for idea, we had 11 certifications, and here we are actually nowadays 49 certifications in our team. This this data is the final 2024, and we keep going in this journey.
This is fantastic, Rafa. Thank you for sharing these numbers. And I think you're talking 2 points that are that needs to be highlighted. It's not only the operational side, but also the people, how we're enabling our people, how we are generating more cycles for them to work on training and enablement certifications and all that. If someone wants to share what's going to be valuable on the chat section, it'll be fantastic for us to understand what's valuable for other customers and peers. And also remember to enter if you have any questions on the Q&A section, we'll review it at the end.
Okay, about lesson learning and some reflections that we had while this process. The first one is we deliver a lot. This year, we launched three new models in our platform, FSM, CSM, and AIM. But we deliver a lot, but we need to create ways to verify the real benefit to our user. Okay, so this was the first step. We need think better to plan better about the new developments, the new launches in our platform. And the second one, Eduardo, can you talk about the second one, please?
Sure. Here, the point is you have to direct and prioritize deliveries. So instead of hiding and wanting to do everything that appears, understand the business strategy and focus on deliveries that generate some value. Here, the idea is ServiceNow and Impact will bring thousands of roadmaps and solutions. If you can't prioritize what has the most value, you probably won't be able to deliver everything, and you will have problems. I think that was the point here. So Douglas, the third one.
Yeah. And the third one is, I think it's more aligned to us, ServiceNow, specifically Impact, and it is to adapt to the country's reality. All the we always say here in ServiceNow, specifically on Impact, that we need to be flexible, that we need to be adaptable, that we need to meet the customer where the customer is. And this doesn't necessarily and only mean that we are going to adapt to the customer reality, but also geographically speaking, we have resources that speak the same language, that are able to come and visit and sit down with the customer to really understand, provide guidance, understand the culture and the reality, not only of the customer, in this case, again, Globo, but also the country, Brazil, because we understand that every country, every account, every customer is different, and meeting the customer where they are is going to be fundamental. And it was fundamental for this synergy. It was fundamental to achieve all the positive results that Rafa went over a couple minutes ago, to really understand and create a synergy that makes sense, not only for the Impact reality, but also for the customer, for Globo. And with that being said, I think it's important to understand what's next also. What's next for Globo, Rafa?
Okay, here we have a short plan about what should we do this year. And basically the next steps is launch the new products, FSM in the company, new portal based on Employee Center. We just launched this new portal. It was a success. Everyone loved this new portal. Thank you so much, Impact and ServiceNow, for all support in this journey and our AI journey. So, and keeping regarding these new products, we have to also AIM model implement in our company. Okay. And concerning our AI journey, on the first and second quarter, we are working on the foundation. It's special. We are finishing this step, and on third quarter, we intend to integrate some process with AI, and finally, by the end of the year, we expect to be working with a good level of automatization in some of our workflows. It's important for us to minimize the toil because our customizations in our platform, it's other job that our focus this year. Okay. So I think this is all about the coming sun. Any question?
We just have one more slide, Rafa, and this is to invite all the attendees on this webinar to what's next. As I mentioned at the beginning, don't miss out the future webinars. You can check the schedules by scanning this QR code that is being shown right now. Don't miss out again and review all the interesting content that we have upcoming next. Also go inside ServiceNow Impact to understand a little bit more about this program, this experience, and to get to know a little bit more of what are the accelerators, initiatives, different tasks that we run as a team. And last but not least, take a moment and subscribe to the Impact community. You can access all that while scanning the QR codes here in the slide. Now we are going to take some minutes in case there are some questions for us. I think at least I don't see any questions on the Q&A section. Adrian, Matt, can you confirm if you have something else there?
Nope, I don't see any in the Q&A section, but we can hang out for a little bit.
I put my contacts here in the chat. So please feel free to contact us whenever you want.
Okay, so I hope you enjoy this section. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I sent my LinkedIn on chat, and feel free to be contact with me or Eduardo to promote a conversation and more details. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, before wrapping up, just wanted to share that, again, as mentioned at the beginning, this will be shared in our community section in case someone wants to review the recording, and also check out our upcoming events in the ServiceNow website that was shared at the beginning. If we don't have any questions, and also important that we're going to be recording this webinar in Portuguese for those in Brazil who wants to review this in local language. We're going to have this recording posted in our communities. We are going to let you know once it is fully uploaded so you can review there. Okay, I think we're good to go. Thank you everyone again for attending. We hope you enjoyed the session. Again, thank you so much, Rafa and Eduardo, for co-partnering with us on this webinar, and let's keep on working together as Impact, ServiceNow, and Globo. It was a pleasure working with you, and was a pleasure sharing this webinar with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.